I'm sure that there's a handful of you that's either confused, surprised, or maybe even excited right now, so let me just quickly go over and explain some things before we start the actual video.
So hi, my name is Andy.
I also go by the name of Chameleon and Nalimanka on the internet. Chameleon's like my main gamer tag that I use for most games that I play, and Nalimanka is the name that I specifically created for this channel, and by created I mean I literally just flipped my gamer tag around. That's where the name came from. I normally make anime / manga / J-pop, just like Japanese culture related content on this channel, and your boy just turned 18 like 2 weeks ago, and I was kind of like, hey, Andy,
you're a big boy now. You have to up your content and make better and new and more interesting content.
And I was kind of like, hey, you're fucking right. And I don't really know how this happened, but I was watching the first episode of Kaguya-sama season 3, I think, and I was like, hey, what if I took the idea of the Everything Great About series and combined it with anime? And it turns out someone's already done this. There's a search channel out there that goes with the name of Anime Wins that focuses on more so like, mainstream / action anime, the ones that more people like to see. But I ended up emailing both CinemaWins and Anime Wins, asking them about this idea, seeing if they're open to the idea of me like borrowing the series. And to no one's surprise, neither of them ended up responding. I mean, granted, both of these guys are pretty fucking big on this platform. They probably get like hundreds of emails a day, so like, why would they respond to me? But yeah, I'm still gonna at least continue with this idea for a while. If either of them come out to me and kind of shows that they're satisfied with me doing this, I'm obviously gonna stop, just to respect them and whatever. But if they don't do anything, I'm gonna do whatever I want. Like I previously mentioned, Anime Wins also focuses on mainstream shonen action and some more well-known isekai animes. And I'm actually the complete opposite of that. I'm more so of a fan of slice of lives, rom-coms, drama-heavy animes, like those ones. And I even told them hey, I'm most likely gonna focus, do this series on anime movies and not shows as much, but movies, because I do want to do this on movies such as Kimi no Nawa, Kodakarachi, and I want to eat pancreas. But it is my first time doing this, so I didn't want to start off with something fucking insane like a 2-hour movie. So I decided to do this on one single episode of a recent anime called Aharen-san. You guys might be wondering, hey, how many wins is this inexperienced piece of shit gonna give this one single episode? Well, if you want to find the answer to that, I guess you just have to watch this video and find out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm gonna be honest, these are some of the most generic dialogues I've ever seen. Outside of that, the intro itself was pretty good. Felix film showed off the potential of the DC animation, and I also really like some of the background music in the scene as well. Next, we have the opening, which is actually sung by Trisale, so this is obviously gonna be a banger. The song fits the anime a lot, and the visuals were also quite vibrant and colorful, so this is definitely getting a win out of me. This is where we get introduced to the main protagonist, Matsuboshi Lido. Like most generic anime protagonists, Lido is a high schooler looking to flip his life around due to some unpleasant experiences in middle school. Unlike most generic protagonists though, he's actually not a socially awkward dude, which I do like a lot. Lido is genuinely a pretty nice dude. He often tries to talk to his deskmate Aharen, but she always ends up ignoring him for some unknown reason that we soon discover later in the episode. This scene continued with Lido attempting to bring us some small talks with Aharen, which resulted in this hilarious image of his ideal high school life. I don't know, this is something so funny and unnatural about Aharen-san having a lively expression on her face. And it's also my first time seeing football being brought up in a high school anime, so also props to them for that. After 4 minutes and 28 seconds, we finally saw Aharen move her mouth. Yes, in this scene, we can clearly see Aharen-san moving her lips, but there's still no sound being formed for some reason. But like I previously said, we'll eventually find out why later in this episode. And can a tiny girl really carry a big bag like that? Also, this OST really matches Aharen's character. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the big unexpected plot twist comes in. Aharen-san's actually been communicating with Lido this whole time, but she's basically inaudible due to a near silent voice. This is honestly kind of cliche, but still a cool little plot twist nonetheless. We get to hear Aharen's voice for the first time in this rather bittersweet scene. She explained her history with her classmates / friends and ultimately expressed why she attempted to distance herself from Lido. This, in my opinion, is probably the best scene that we got from this episode. We get to see the two main characters have this heart-to-heart conversation, resolve a few things, and even had a few scenes of Felix film flaunting animation. Also, I'm an Ino immune system, so I'm just happy to hear her voice. Can we talk about how Lido's emotes name is literally rather emote Mao? Like, Jesus Christ, put some respect on Rika Naga's name. She literally voiced Olivia from Asobi Asobase. This is where we're into the slice of life aspect of the show. Lido attempted many different methods to ease up his way of communication with Aharen. Some of those methods are passing notes, bone conduction, and whatever this is. And to no one's surprise, all of those methods end up failing pretty miserably. This background really reminds me of Doraemon, which I grew up with, so yeah, I feel like the main reason any of us even got attracted to this anime is because of Aharen and Lido's relationship. Like obviously, characters are the main attraction of most anime, especially slice of life ones, but there's just something so wholesome, so enjoyable about watching a simple-minded airhead spending time with a straightforward but also kind-hearted guy. Another anime where the main protagonist's parents are never home. This is something small and obvious, but Lido keeping all of the plushies that Aharen gifted him and Aharen carrying a single plushie that Lido gifted her around kind of shows that they've always stabilized their relationship in a way. That's a pretty unique way of consuming food. Well, on to the final scene of the episode. I really liked how the scene continuously shifted from comedic to wholesome to comedic. It started with a sleepy Aharen who later revealed that she woke up extra early that day to make lunch for Lido. Then she ended up sleeping Aharen in a pretty cool position. And yeah, the final line of this episode is Lido saying, "It's so hard to tell with her in more than one ways," which is something that he said earlier this episode, I think. Then we automatically get greeted with the ED right afterwards, which in my opinion is also a great song. Yep, pretty wholesome ending if I do say so myself.